Good evening, everyone. I am Danny Nicole, and I am the host of Book Talk, Author Visibility Podcast. And on tonight's episode, we have Dr. Lorraine Allen. She is a new author, and she is going to speak to us tonight about her new book. So, Lorraine's going to tell us who she is, where she's from, and the book she will talk about today. So, go ahead, Lorraine.
I'm Lorraine Allen, and the book is Life, Love, and Comfort. I'm from the Memphis, Tennessee, from the Binghamton area. Well, that's where I raised in the Binghamton area, but now I live in Bartlett. The Life, Love, and Comfort is my first novel, and it is part of the Leavenville series. And it'll be a series of 3 or 4 books.
Okay, great. And so, can you give us a little description or synopsis of what the book is
Of
about?
the book itself is about a Christian family and how they go through their life's journey with life, love, and comfort, just as it says, life, love, and comfort. And how we as Christians, a lot of times we think of a Christian as somebody who is holier than thou, who does not have problems or family situations. But shows true Christian life, that we go through everything the same way everybody else does. But we have one thing that's different, is that we know that regardless of whatever goes on within our lives, God is on our side and He'll take us through. The main character is Emily, who is a 75-year-old feisty woman who is the matriarch of the family. And she's also not only the matriarch of the family, but she's spry at 75, who's spry enough to be an aerobics teacher. And she is in the midst of everybody's situation. She does what she calls Christian intuition, and her family calls nosiness, because she knows everything about everybody else. And we all have experienced those kind of women within our lives. And sometimes we might resent some of the things that they do, but at the same time, we find out that they really know what's best a lot of times, but we just have to stop and listen. And in her family, she has 3 daughters, and those 3 daughters have their situations with their daughters. And Emily's in the midst of it all. She has one granddaughter who is getting ready to marry the man of her dreams, but she's too busy being concerned with her physical appearance in her red bottom shoes to realize that she's got it good. But so Emily's trying to tame her down, and she's getting ready for a wedding. And on her wedding, she finds out that she has a pimple from in the midst of her forehead, and trying to figure out how in the world she's going to go down the wedding, go through with her wedding and everything going on there. And then she has a grandson who is not ready to commit to nobody. He likes flirting, but she's trying to let him know that he needs to settle down and go be committed to something. Then there's a thief in town who finds out that he's come across the wrong group. When he finds out, he comes against Emily and her daughters because he's in town. He's a jewel thief there, and he's trying to hide out. But Emily and her daughters, they're not going to let that happen. And then you've got other characters within the book that are showing what's going on within Christian life. You've got children involved as well, because we all have children, those who misbehave, who put into things all the time. So Millicent, one of Emily's granddaughters, has 2 twins, and her twins are always up to something, enough that they've been expelled from children's church. And so you got that going on as well. And then her daughter, one of Emily's daughter, is Betty, and has decided she has her eye on the pastor. And at the same time, Susan's future mother-in-law wants the pastor as well. And the pastor's trying to control his congregation, at the same time trying to keep one woman away, become closer to the other woman. So you got all of these family situations going on within the same group.
Wow, that's great. This sounds like a really good novel. It's got a lot going on, which is good. And I like books like that where you continually, the characters grow, and as they commune, you're seeing a different side of one character
hmm
and the other. So that sounds good. And so, what inspired you to write this story?
Well, I've always wanted to write, and I've written little bits and pieces of things from time to time. But then within my life, I come across a lot of physical problems, and then I was a caregiver for my mom for so many years, and I just really never had the time to actually sit down and do so. But after my mom's death, she died of cancer. After she died, I found that this was a way for me to get a lot of my feelings out about some of the things that are going on within my life. Matter of fact, one of the characters, Selena, is a new person in town who's come to town trying to find out where her birth parents. She just found out she's adopted, and trying to find out where her birth parents. She found out that this is the town her birth parents came from. And when she goes to a Chinese restaurant there, one of the little cards says, that's in the fortune cookie says, two parent rich. That was one of the first things that I did when my mom died. I decided to join a writing group. And one of the prompts they gave me said, two parent rich. And at the time, I wasn't feeling two parent rich. I was feeling two parent poor, just the way Selena did, because both my mother and father had died of cancer. So that I used that and those things to go on with that story and include Selena within this episode as well. Wanted me to be able to encourage others and let them know that regardless of the things that go on within our lives, that God is always in control, and He takes us through whatever situation we encounter. Because I've only not only had family illnesses and sicknesses and cancer, but I've been ill myself. I was at one point the doctor said that I wasn't going to make it. I've been close to death 5 times within my life, but I'm still here. Uh,
Yes.
I've had lung problems and other situations within my life that says that I wasn't supposed to be here, but I'm here because I'll be here as long as God wants me to. And as
That's
long as He wants me to, then I want to spread His word, whichever way I can spread it. And I thought that this would be a way for me to tell people that hold on, regardless of whatever situation you're in, hold on because God is in control.
absolutely. Thank you for sharing. That's a good word of encouragement. Just hold on because God is in control. Were there fears you faced when it came to sharing your writing? Like you're finally ready to write your story and get it out there. So, did you face any fears or challenges along the way?
Yes, because I'm an introvert. When you find a person who's real shy, that's getting out in public is not a good thing. It's not a
Yes,
good thing. It's not a thing that I've ever wanted to do. So I had to get over that. So that was one of the main things. People don't think of it, but writing is a part of you and you putting yourself out there.
yes.
Those are your feelings and the things that some kind of way or another, you are part of that book. And that's like putting your baby out there for everybody to see.
Absolutely. It's like it's your baby, like you're birthing this story.
Mhm.
So you're like, okay, are they gonna like it? Are they not? How are they gonna respond? So how has
hmm
that response been once you publish the book from, readers who are now reading the book? How has the conversation gone now that you published and got it out?
So far, so good. I don't have as many responses as I would like, but a lot of people say that because I'm so shy, I need to be more visible and put the book out there, actually out
Yeah.
there, and to be able to tell people about the book and let them know that it is there.
Yes.
But the responses that I have received have been very positive. Some saying that it's made them laugh at the same time because there's some comedy in there as well. One lady at church told me said she just doubled over in laughter. Some people have told me I never thought of this that way before, but this gave me some encouragement and something to go on. There's one person who said they were dealing with cancer or had dealt with somebody dying from cancer, so it gave them another way to deal with death, another way to deal with grief. Then
Yes.
there's the little kids, you know how little kids get into things. They can see that within their children or
Yes.
grandchildren. So it's been different kinds of responses I've had. And some says they just burst out laughing, and some said that it made them sit down and think about things, and some said that it brought them to tears in some episodes of the book.
That's great. Our stories that we're telling, we wanted to touch different people in different types of ways. And so
Hmm.
just getting it out there for people to read. Yeah, it's your baby. And this is what the podcast is about, is to help authors, new authors. This will be your first podcast and this will be your first time getting visible. Now you're out there now, Lorraine. So they don't see you. So this is the start. This is the start of many more podcasts. I'm going to follow you down on Facebook and I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to say, Lorraine, I'm going to send you a message. Oh, I need to see a post out here. Yep, I'm following you now. So, with that being said, what message or impact do you hope your story would leave behind for the reader?
For the reader,
Yes.
that is
What?
the same message that regardless of whatever you go on have going on in life, that God will not leave you alone and He'll be there with you forever. But what we have to do is to call on Him, and that it's a time for us to grow closer to our family. A lot of times we push people back and push them aside until after we feel like they need them, and sometimes we push them aside so far that they're dead and gone, and we wish we had an opportunity to say this or that or the other. So don't take life for granted. Remember that while we're living, we need to live for God, but we also need to bring our family closer together. And don't just fall out about little small things that you wish you hadn't have fallen out about. And for the as far as the author is concerned, is just to go ahead and jump on in there.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, this is your first book, and then
Mm-hmm.
you had mentioned earlier it's going to be a continuation. There's going to be
It's
more books. Is it a trilogy?
maybe it's going to be at least two, if two or three, and it's
Okay.
going to be with this family, but it's going to be with more emphasis on different characters that have been mentioned in the first book.
Okay. All right. Great. So I know you had shared you finally decided to go ahead and get the story out. So when was it published? Was it published this year, recently,
It was
or has it
published
already?
in December 2025.
Okay, December 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So where can
Mm-hmm.
the listeners find your book? And it's on Amazon under
It's on
your name.
Amazon. It's called Life, Love, and Comfort. And there's more than one Lorraine Allen out there, which I
Okay.
discovered after I published.
Yeah, yeah.
So they will have to
Okay.
say Life, Love, and Comfort by Lorraine Allen.
Life, Love, and
Mm-hmm.
Comfort by Lorraine Allen. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, finish this sentence. My story deserves to be told because.
Because it's inspirational, and not only is it inspirational, but it's true life, showing us that the messes that we have in life, that we all have messes, we all have problems within our lives, we all have situations. That's part of being human. But regardless of the same thing, regardless of whatever's going on, God is still in control. And it's no use feeling down because something happened to you or something happened to somebody else. We're all going through those same kind of situation. We all experience death. We experience the birth. We experience life. We experience bad times. We experience good times. I don't care who you are. Everything is not going to be roses all every day. But enjoy those things that are roses. Enjoy the things that you have going on within your family while you got them.
Yes, absolutely. That is good advice. Because you're right, and I had to learn that as a Christian, as a woman of faith. And I'm still learning, learning that every day. I mean, to be thankful even for the good, the bad,
Hmm.
the things
Hmm.
that are uncertain,
Hmm.
in our lives, because we just don't, like, everyday life is different. There's challenges that
Hmm.
we come across that we're like, I'm like, where did how did that happen? So absolutely,
Hmm. Hmm.
we got to keep the faith, and know that God is going to work it out. Everything's going to be okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a
Thank
lot
you
of
for
times
sharing.
we feel that since I'm a Christian, it's not supposed to happen to me.
Mhm.
But God
Yes,
says He reign on the just as well as the unjust. And we
yes,
forget that whenever we're in trouble, we forget that part. And we have to learn
yes,
how to deal with those good and bad situations and know that we are not alone.
absolutely. I like the sound of that. So I want to say to the listeners, you've heard it here from Lorraine, where to find her book. And if you're listening and something in this podcast inspired you or encouraged you, then follow the podcast. It is on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and now on Substack app. When you listen to the podcast, like it, share it, comment, leave a message, leave your thoughts. You can follow her on Facebook by her name, Lorraine Allen, and let's support her as she continues to promote and market the book. And a community of authors is to help and encourage each other. So you're doing a good job. Keep going. Keep moving forward, Lorraine.
On my Facebook, I have put out some little things here and there. On my Facebook page, it's not, but I have
Okay.
put out little posts with it
Okay.
on with the
Okay.
cover.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you at least
Hmm.
once a week to get some information out here on. Yes, I am looking forward to reading the book and just going with you on that journey. So if you're an author out here again listening now to the podcast and you have your book, it's ready, it's published. It doesn't even have to be published yet. So I want you to go to www.payhip.com/the variety shop and go ahead and sign up for the podcast so we can get you out here visible to the community so you can share your story like Lorraine because someone out here needs to hear your story. Lorraine, to encourage, of course, to encourage you to keep writing. Don't stop writing. Get the creative mind out on paper to share with others. And so, Lorraine, I thank you. I appreciate you for taking the time to chat with
Thank
me
you.
out of
Thank
your
you.
schedule. And we are definitely connected now. We are connected. And we will continue to support each other and encourage each other. So, again, thank you so much, and you have a good night.
You too. You too. Thank you.